Florida Congressman Greg Steube. Congressman, good to have you back on the show. I guess I just have to start by asking, look, I mean, why isn't American Airlines doing a better job of figuring out who they're employing? And if the feds are saying this guy has ties to ISIS, how much of a risk does that put passengers at?
Well, I think what we need to hear is a full investigation of how this occurred, what ties he had to terrorism if he did, what ties he had to those of his family members in Iraq, and how he became radicalized. I mean, this was an individual who worked for American Airlines since 1988. So how did he become to get to this point where he was willing to do this harm to the American public? And the bigger question is what type of research and background checks are airlines doing on those that have access to our airplanes on a daily basis, those that come on and off our aircraft every day to maintain them, to work in the concessions, to do the different things. We need to make sure that our airlines are doing the things that they need to do to protect their airlines.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. It's alarming that he apparently had these ties and American Airlines had no idea about it. And thank goodness those pilots noticed that there was a mechanical problem, because otherwise you had 150 people on board that were en route to the Bahamas, probably for vacation, and that could have been awfully scary. But I hear you. I think there should be an investigation, and I imagine there'll be a lot of people in your neck of the woods that are calling for one.
Yeah, I hope so. And think about, I mean, the article that I read said that the pilots, if that navigation system would have gone down, would have had to have flown the plane manually, and that could have been problematic for those on board. And so I hope that American Airlines is doing a full investigation. I hope the FBI and our terrorism groups are doing a full investigation to find out and come to the bottom of how this individual got radicalized.
They have something in banking called Know Your Customer, KYN, Know Your Customer. And I kind of think that in critical industries, perhaps like the airline industry, they need to know their employees. They need to know who's working for them, and you know what their allegiances really are. Anyway, switching gears. Yeah.
Go ahead. Well, I would say, and even those that have worked for them since 1988, they need to make sure that they're doing regular background checks to ensure that people haven't become radicalized or have new connections.
Yeah. No,